Good evening, everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Shivani Gupta. Charanjit Singh Channi has taken oath as the next Chief Minister of Punjab. But even before the oath ceremony was done and the Congress could celebrate, from within and without, they were dealing with even more questions and attacks. The Congress tom-tommed its decision to give the chair to a Dalit Sikh and kill many birds with one stone. But Harish Rawat declaring Navjot Singh Sidhu as the face of the party for the next elections quickly took the wind out of their sails. Now they were facing charges of insulting Dalits as only a stopgap and using the state's first so-called Dalit Sikh CM as a seat warmer for Navjot Singh Sidhu. And it wasn't just the opposition. The first salvo, in fact, came from none other than Sunil Jakhar himself on social media. So bad was the turn for the Congress that Randeep Surjewala had to come out and undo some of the damage.
देखिए, चेहरा कौन होगा ये तय करेगी कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट. ये काम हमको नहीं करना होता है. लेकिन जो यहाँ के हालात है उसमें मुख्यमंत्री मंत्रिमंडल के साथ ही सब प्रदेश कांग्रेस कमेटी के नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ेंगे, आगे बढ़ेंगे. और प्रदेश कांग्रेस कमेटी के अध्यक्ष श्री सिद्धू हैं, जिनकी लोकप्रियता बहुत अधिक है.
You have been in power for 7 long years, Mr. Modi. Have you ever appointed a Dalit as Chief Minister of BJP? Sardar Charanjit Singh Channi is the only Dalit Chief Minister in India today. So we would urge Narendra Modi ji, JP Nadda ji, Sukhbir Singh Badal ji, Kejriwal ji and Mayawati ji to not grudge the rightful due to son of a Dalit. Our face will be Sardar Charanjit Singh Channi and Sardar Navjot Singh Sidhu.
Now, the Congress, of course, hoped that this decision would be the best balancing act with two other deputy chief ministers from the Jat Sikh and the Hindu backgrounds. But the opposition is up in arms. Remember, Channi is from the Ramdasia Sikh community and could endear the Congress to the large Dalit population in the state. But the Akali BSP combined, for example, has said that this move is solely aimed at countering their alliance. This move the Congress hoped will score over BJP's Dalit Chief Minister challenge. But the BJP attacked the Congress for insulting Dalits and using them as stopgap till elections. Similarly, if the Congress hoped that this would also undercut the Aam Aadmi Party's Dalit Deputy Chief Minister vow, the AAP also called out how Congress will fight Sidhu's name when elections finally come.
एक दलित समाज के व्यक्ति विधायक उनको चीफ मिनिस्टर नामित किया गया और चुनाव हुआ, उनका चयनित हुए और शपथ लेने से पहले ही भारतीय जनता पार्टी उसकी आलोचना करने लगी. ये दलित विरोधी मानसिकता उनकी है.
ये बेहतर होता है कि यदि कांग्रेस पार्टी पहले ही इनको पूरे 5 वर्ष के लिए यहाँ का मुख्यमंत्री बना देती. ये लगता है कि ये केवल इनका कोरा चुनावी हथकंडा है, इसके सिवाय कुछ भी नहीं है.
दलित चेहरा जो है ये पंजाब के 2022 की इलेक्शन के चेहरे के काबिल नहीं है. वो नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू होंगे. बात चरणजीत सिंह की नहीं है. ये अपमान सारा दलित भाईचारे का अपमान है. ये इंसल्ट है उनकी कि आप उनको इस काबिल नहीं समझते कि वो पंजाब में 2022 का चेहरा हो सके या मुख्यमंत्री हो सके.
पंजाब के अंदर जिस प्रकार से वहाँ पे दलित मुख्यमंत्री बनाने का एक षड्यंत्र रचा जा रहा है, दलितों के वोट बैंक पे डाका डालने का, ऐसा लगता है कि कांग्रेस को ये पुरानी आदत है. ये समझते हैं कि इस प्रकार से तत्कालीन 2-4 महीने के लिए मुख्यमंत्री बना दिया जाएगा तो सारा वोट बैंक हमारा हो जाएगा. और ये साफ साफ दिखाई देता है, जाखड़ जी ने भी कहा है और खुद उनके प्रभारी ने भी कहा है कि खाली ये दिखावे के लिए ही है. 4 महीने बाद अगर चुनाव लड़ाया जाएगा तो नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू जी के नेतृत्व में लड़ाया जाएगा.
So Dalit politics is taking center stage in Punjab, but did the Congress let the cat out of the bag too early to end up being on the back foot? Will Channi only be a seat warmer for Navjot Singh Sidhu? Dr. Anshul Avijit, Congress spokesperson, joining us on the show. Guru Prakash Paswan from the BJP, Harish Rai Dhanda, senior leader of the SAD, and also Harjot Singh Benz, Aam Aadmi Party leader, all on the show. Let me go across to Dr. Anshul first. The fact that Randeep Surjewala has to come out and clarify and very prominently mention that the elections will be fought under both Channi and Navjot Singh Sidhu's name, that just goes on to show that the Congress was indeed in damage control mode.
Absolutely not, Shivani. Mr. Surjewala did not come out to clarify. He made an announcement which was a monumental announcement for the history of this country, for the contemporary politics of this country. I mean, this is a red letter day. This is a watershed day. He was only replying later to a question that was raised. I mean, it's typical that when a Dalit is appointed the chief minister of a state like Punjab, where are more than 30% Dalit population, then people have to have controversies around it, and people have to, tie someone's name, imprison that person in the garb of Dalit politics.
But is it not a reality, Anshul, is it not a reality that he's obviously a temporary chief minister right now because elections are on the doorstep? On top of that, Harish Rawat came out and said that the next elections will be fought under Navjot Singh Sidhu. Besides, who is not aware of the fact that Navjot Singh Sidhu is really in control?
No, that's absolutely not true. I mean, there is a composite way in which elections are fought in this country, particularly by the Congress and the BJP itself. This is a parliamentary form of democracy. This is the Westminster model. You don't have a face-off between two people like the presidential system. When does it happen? You may have one, you may not. But here we fight the election together. A number of functionaries fight the election from the top to the very, very bottom. So here, that is how the election will be fought. And you do know, Shivani, I don't have to remind anyone that who is we will definitely win this election, and how the chief minister is chosen is by the legislative members. The chosen legislative members who decide that. There is no doubt about it. No. So to foist this kind of one personality and then a face-off is not the way the Congress...
I'm sure you make it sound like we have made this personality, the Congress itself, in the way that it has made its decisions over the past few months in Punjab, has made Navjot Singh Sidhu who he is. Now why shy away from that fact? I mean, Navjot Singh Sidhu is being seen as someone who's brought Captain Amrinder Singh's stint to an end.
Look, it happens in politics that there are leadership changes, there is competitive politics, there is ambition. This is not a party that penalizes ambition. I mean, this is not like a party like the BJP, which is non-democratic at all. There was not even a squeal when there was an absolute change. There was tabula rasa in Gujarat. There was not even a shadow of the past, and there wasn't even a squeal, because you have an authoritarian style of functioning. Here people speak, there are competing interests, and that has been the tradition of the party itself. We consider it our strength, actually, when you can speak your mind. This is politics. People are ambitious. They get rewarded for their ambition.
All of that is fine, but remember the first question came from the Congress party itself. But I will allow Guru Prakash to, respond to what Anshul has said. Why should you have a problem if Channi is for 4 months or 4 years? It is ultimately the Congress party's decision.
Shivani, Congress spokesperson talking about democracy is like a tiger promoting vegetarianism or veganism. For a party that has not been able to select a full-time, full-fledged president of its own because of the family tussle, and we are aware of the G23 tussle, and Congress party is sermonizing on internal democracy, I find this laughable. Now coming to the issue in Punjab, Mohanlal Sukhadia, Bhola Paswan Shastri, Damodaran Sanjeevaiah, you know what is the common thread between all these leaders? A, they are Dalits. B, they have been placeholder chief ministers in the history of the country. It is not for the first time that a Congress party has treated Dalits as vote bank, as a political commodity. This is sheer tokenism. This is sheer ceremonialism. The Congress party do not want Dalits to be at critical decision-making positions. I want to ask the Congress spokesperson tonight, in the Congress party, has there been a president who has been a Dalit? The answer is no. On the contrary,
wrong.
It's the Bharatiya Janata Party in
Guru,
the form of
you got that wrong.
Just a moment, if I can respond.
In 1969, it was Babu Jagjeevan Ram who was the Congress president.
I did not interfere when he was speaking, Shivani. Shivani, can I complete?
Please complete.
So yeah, the Congress party is investing itself in ceremonialism and symbolism for very long, and they don't have any locus standi, have no moral authority. It is the Bharatiya Janata Party. For the first time in the history of Indian politics, late Bangaru Lakshman was made the first Dalit national president of any political party. For the first time in the history of the nation. 12 ministers from Dalit community. For the first time in the history of nations, you are seeing the largest number of MLAs and MPs from the Dalit community in the Bharatiya Janata Party. For 100 days, Mr. Channi has been the chief minister. The Congress party at one stroke have held the Dalit incompetent, have held the Dalit as sheer political vote bank, a political commodity. The Congress party must answer, but we do not expect more from the Congress party, which is a family-centric party, which is an elitist party, which is a party based on lobbyism. Congress party. Shivani.
I will respond to Guru. Let me apologize for interrupting him. It's not really my habit. I just happen to respond very quickly to that. So let me just correct him on some basic facts. I mean, of course, we respect if the BJP has a Dalit president at all. But let me remind him that in 1969, it was the Congress did appoint a Dalit president. So factually, that is not correct. It was Babu Jagjeevan Ram, who was then later on will become the defense minister of this country, the first Dalit defense minister as well, under whose leadership we fought, of course, the 71 war and won that. So let's get that straight. I want to just ask my friend Guru, who is your Dalit chief minister at the moment? You're in power in half a dozen states. You've been in power in many states in the past. Who has ever been your Dalit chief minister? A simple question. Who has been your Dalit home minister? Who has been your Dalit finance minister? Who has been your Dalit defense minister? Which powers of authority and decision making have you taken to empower Dalits? I mean, I don't see anyone. This latest reshuffle that I saw, which was touted by some kind of a great representation of Dalits, was pure tokenism in my friend's words. I'm going to use the same words. It was actually a humiliation, because it was patronizing that not a single Dalit was put in positions of power. How many Dalits you have in the cabinet?
Okay, one second. Instead of this being just the BJP versus Congress, let me bring in the Shiromani Akali Dal. Harish Rai Dhanda of the Shiromani Akali Dal is with me. Let me ask you the same question, Mr. Dhanda. What is the problem that any other opposition party should have? Ultimately, it's the Congress's decision. If you believe it is tokenism, the public is smart enough to not take it.
We have no problem. Rather, we are very happy if Dalit is made a chief minister. But the question is, are they really earnestly want to empower Dalits? Is it really a conscious decision in that regard? What Anshul has said, theoretically things are correct. But practically what has happened is, this same Mr. Channi, before last election, was made leader of the opposition. Why he was not shown as a CM face then?
Anshul, you want to take that?
Sorry, what was the question?
Twice was Ambika Soni, full integrity. Then the second choice was again Mr. Jakhar, then Mr. Sukhi Randhawa. Then eventually he came out. Now they want to say with a very high head that you have appointed a Dalit chief minister. For how many days? 100 days. And he will not be a face. I vouch you. Sidhu will be a face. Sidhu virtually pulled the Congress down high command. That if you want to have a Jat, then why not me? And otherwise you should have a person who should remain in his shadow. That's the reality. Now what happened? They sidelined Baba Sahib Ambedkar by putting Jagjeevan Ram against him. They made it sure that he should not be in a cabinet of Jawaharlal Nehru. Then Babu Jagjeevan Ram, because of his intellect and good administrator, he rose to a height. Then he was cut down, and eventually he was disgraced. That's why he left in 1977. So Congress should not speak with such words. They just have tried as a trick to stop the juggernaut of the Akali Dal and the Bahujan Samaj Party.
So you are saying that the Congress is making a virtue out of a necessity. That Mr. Channi was already so low in the totem pole that by the time they could agree on anybody, it was Mr. Channi. It was not that he was picked from below in the list to be hoisted as the chief minister.
I have a question. Why when Channi was made a minister, he was given by giving the major ministries? Why ministries were given to the people who are close to the Gandhi family? Favoritism, nothing else. Okay. Why the people like Bharat Bhushan Ashu were promoted and given fat ministries? Why not Channi?
Right.
Why Mr. Pandey was
Let Mr. Anshul respond to that. Ultimately, even Mayawati today came out and said that if the Congress had its way, that if there was anybody even slightly better than Dr. Ambedkar at that time, you would have not let him be part of the constitution making process. This is something also what, Harish Rai Dhanda is referring.
They never wanted.
I don't want to go into the past. We have to. The Congress is the party
bottom
that
line
has
being,
empowered
Anshul, bottom
the
line
community.
being that you are making a virtue out of a necessity. It's not
why
like
are you thinking
Mr.
it's a virtue
Channi
out
was
of a
being groomed
necessity?
as the chief minister. He just happened to be the
When we
only person who you could all agree on. And on top of that, play the Dalit card.
This kind of cynicism, playing the Dalit card, masterstroke. I mean, this is a virtue out of a necessity. I mean, this is the, cynicism in its finest. You have to stop this. Any move towards social justice and empowerment is seen as so cynically, then we're going to have no social justice at all. At what moments in this country will we have social justice if it's all through the prism of politics and vote bank politics? Then there's no point at all, is there? So throughout the history of the Congress party, you very well know, not the history of the BJP, by the way, the history of the Congress party, it is known to have promoted and done social justice. The first amendment to the Constitution was about affirmative action. Throughout its history, there have been legislation which have protected atrocities against scheduled castes and scheduled tribes.
You are going into everything, but you're not responding to what
you went into everything. You brought out the past.
That who else were you in agreement of? Everybody knows how this plays out.
No, the question is that a monumental decision has been taken in which to empower a member of the community,
but for how
which
long?
is the Dalit
That's
community.
The question. If the Congress had come out and said, he's the man to lead us into our next elections, we wouldn't be discussing this. But
we have a parliamentary style of politics here.
Anshul,
let's
be
honest.
Face-off. The Congress itself let the cat out of the bag. Sunil Jakhar is your leader, not the opposition leader who raised this question first on Harish Rawat's statement as to how baffling is this? That you've made a new
not.
Chief
His
Minister.
statement was missing. He came out and said, it clarified on your channel so many times, on other channels, that it is not his intention. He cannot, every single person who votes for social justice and so...
Okay, let me go across to Harjot Singh Bens of the Aam Aadmi Party also. The question to you, Mr. Harjot, is that everybody is playing the Dalit card. You are also doing it. The Akali Dal and BSP are also doing it. Then why question the Congress party alone?
Yeah, because the reason is that I'm amazed listening to Congress spokesperson talking about social justice, masterstroke, and big tall claims. Let me remind him some sheer facts which are contemporary, which are very recent. Number one, in last 4.5 years, Congress has failed to fulfill even a single promise to the people of Punjab. And this is not speaking Harjot Singh Bens speaking in the opposition. This is their MLAs, their cabinet ministers writing to their high command. One of their MLAs said that I can't contest next election because people will beat me in my constituency. That was the reality. And after that, fact number two, when it was decided that captain has to go because of its failure, Congress can't fight. Congress can't face 2022 elections under his leadership. Then it was number of names floating. Ambika Soni, Sunil Jakhar, Sukhi Randhawa, Navjot Singh Sidhu. And when nothing failed, and it is not a master stroke, it is a majboori stroke. It is not social justice. It is their social inside party, social compulsion that they have to come up with a man like Charanjit Channi, who is a good leader. But as in the words of their observer, Harish Rawat, calling him a night watchman, and that name, Navjot Singh Sidhu will be the face for 2022, and rightly objected by Sunil Jakhar. This is a huge disrespect to a newly appointed Chief Minister of the state of Punjab, who was just going to take an oath, and before taking an oath, you are saying that he's not a man.
Yeah, it does betray lack of confidence, and perhaps gave out the game too prematurely for the Congress's own detriment.
And most importantly, where was this Congress? They're paying for social justice from last 4.5 years. When the youth of Punjab, when the Dalit youth of Punjab were demanding their scholarship, they were on the streets. It was the Aam Aadmi Party who contested for them, who took dharnas for 10 days, and then their scholarship was released. Where was they paying for social justice from last 4.5 years? And just with 100 days left to the code of conduct, Congress is coming so clean with a party who has paid for society, social justice. And this is not going to work.
Okay.
People of Punjab have understood that Congress is a failure. They have made their mind, and Aam Aadmi Party is going to win this election certainly in 2022.
I will give Anshul the last opportunity to respond once again. a clarification has come. You may claim that it is not a clarification. No such announcement was made by Harish Rawat in the first place. But everybody knows who's in control. Your own leaders have raised the question. Therefore, making Channi the chief minister and then harping on his Dalit identity, that is coming across as crass. At least you should have not harped on his
Dalit identity.
No, you should have not harped on his Dalit identity if he is only there for 4 months and you're not going to entrust him a larger role come next elections. That's my point.
No, but how can you preempt that, Shivani?
Harish Rawat did it.
Thank you for asking those questions. These are relevant questions. You must ask them as a journalist. But why are you preempting what is going to happen? Are you a forecaster? Are you reading tea leaves all the time? Let it pan out. Let it happen. I mean, he's been given a particular responsibility. I find it a fine moment, a monumental moment in the politics of contemporary India, a moment in which coming decades will look back and think, yeah, this happened.
No,
because this is
I
not
will
just
tell you
symbolic,
what will be a monumental moment, and this is for all of my guests. The monumental moment will be when somebody's caste does not have to be tom-tommed. That will be a monumental moment when somebody becomes a chief minister. I don't think that, making a Dalit a chief minister and then tom-tomming it because of that, as if something earth-shattering has happened, is not really monumental.
This is the dirty politics of this
India.
country. This is what has been reduced to, that there has been no social justice for the past so many years, therefore you got to do it. And every time a Dalit is made, he's only reminded of his caste. That is what the unfortunate nature of this politics is.
I do remember. Is also hoping to reap rewards and
remember. No. Everyone is to blame. This is a collective blame, and this is the sad nature of this country where we have to do this.
This is a collective blame.
This is a collective blame.
I agree with that, but I have to end on that note. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. We have some breaking news also coming in. Mahant Narendra Giri, president of the Akhada Parishad, has died under suspicious circumstances. IG and DIG are present on the spot. The police is interrogating the people of the monastery as well. My colleague Pranshu is also joining us with more. Pranshu, what more do we know?
Shivani, these developments have happened around an hour back, so there's still not very much clarity under what, conditions he has died, but it is a case of suspicious death. Narendra Giri's body has been found hanging inside the Manth, the Hanuman Mandir Math, and he was also, the chairman of the Akhada Parishad, so he held a very important position as far as the Hindu religious organizations were concerned. He was always looked forward to as a person, who actually echoed the voice of the Mahants and saints and seers of the Hindu community. Aged around, 65 years of age, he was not in any critical condition. He was not ill. He was all fit. And suddenly, his dead body has been found. He has been found hanging. So that has raised a lot of alarm. Now, what is the reason behind it? How he died? Whether it's some sort of, whether it's a case of suicide or it is a case of murder, that is still too early to say. So officers only saying that it's a case of a suspicious death. They are trying to find out. And as of now, media has not been given an access. There is no official comment that has come in. So I think authorities want to be first sure and get some sort of initial feedback before coming out and reporting on this issue. But what we can tell our viewers is that chairman, the president of the Akhada Parishad, Mahant Narendra Giri, a very known voice, a known face as far as the Hindu religious discourse is concerned, has passed away under mysterious, suspicious circumstances.
Yes, and Pranshu, is there anything that has happened recently that could shed more light as to, if at all we were to believe that, this is a suicide or any motive against him?
Well, nothing very much apparent that has actually happened. There is a lot of stories which are going on that, he was probably in some sort of dispute, not on a very same platform with some other important office bearers within the concerned mutt which he was actually representing. Okay. But whether it is, actually on having any substantial grounds, whether that stories are true, nothing actually much came out in the public domain, and that is actually happening in the conduct of these akhadas and trusts, so not much is known in the public domain. So we'll have to wait for official statement to come out on this issue.
All right, Pranshu Mishra, thanks a lot for bringing us more updates on that. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of News 360. Thanks a lot for watching.